I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Colmate, President. Mr. Mike Dunham. Here. Mr. Howard. Here. Ms. Franks.
Here.
Ms. Moser.
Here.
Mr. Brusky. Here. Ms. Krupa.
Here.
Ms. Sweeney.
Here.
Mr. Paul Dunham. Here. All present.
Thank you. Moving on to public forum, Mr. Hay.
Yes, at this time, I'd like to introduce Mrs. Denise Jarrett, ELA teacher at Albert Gallatin South Middle School, to introduce the winners of our fireman essay contest. So at this time, Ms. Jarrett.
Good evening. On behalf of Mr. Dillo, we wanted to recognize the 2018 Fireman's Essay winners for AG South. I also have a name from AG North. I believe last month at the meeting, those winners were announced. Our 8th graders, and I don't think any of them showed up this evening, so they're not here. Casey Reisig and Maggie Mason. Our 7th graders, Greenlee Darst and Justin Clever. 6th graders, Emily Berry and Grace Thor. From AG North, Kylie Torrey. This year's topic was Look, Listen, Learn, Fire Can Happen Anywhere. I would also like to make note that our 8th grader, Casey Reisig, won the Chairman's Award, which was a pretty special honor for her. She won 3 years in a row. And she was the first student out of all the schools that entered to ever receive that award. So, pretty awesome. But I don't know. So anyway, that's all that we have. I don't have any students to introduce, but we're pretty proud of them, though. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else for public forum?
Yes.
Good evening. My name is Amanda Riley, and I'm a tax-paying citizen of the Albert Gallatin School District, a 5th grade English Language Arts and Social Studies teacher for Smithfield Elementary, and proudly the elected president of the Education Association for Teachers, Guidance Counselors, and School Nurses. I'm here tonight to express my support for teachers, students, and public education. As you know, we have continued to work for 188 days under an expired contract. We do not stop doing all of the extra work we do every day beyond our contractual obligations to the students' community of Albert Gallatin, despite not having a contract. Every teacher here tonight knows the value of having quality teachers in front of students every day. The impact is immeasurable. Our teachers, nurses, and guidance counselors know the value of their work with students in this district and have answered my call to be here tonight. Even if they haven't been to a meeting before, doesn't negate their interest in school district decisions and how they affect the learning environment of our students. They'd much rather be at home grading papers or considering what they will do to improve for tomorrow and worrying about how to reach that one student who just didn't get it today. As a teacher and union leader, I pay special attention to current legislation and educational funding. I and my teachers have made phone calls and sent letters to legislators in Harrisburg to plead our case in the Albert Gallatin School District. In this district, you have multi-degreed, educated professionals doing a job that few people can do, and fewer are choosing to do. Education is the top priority, and our students deserve the best. If the district wants to continue to attract and retain the best educators, it is important that the board and community they serve understand and know that you can't put students first if you're always putting teachers last. Thank you.
Is there anyone else for public forum?
Yes, I'd also like to speak. My name is Carl Schusko, I'm from Fairchance. I think it's a shame the AG teachers have gone without a contract for the past 6 months. They are the most important part of a child's education. The difference for many students in school between success and failure is the quality of the teacher in that room. I believe that actions speak louder than words. In the past year, the school board has spent over $2 million on items such as security, abatement project, high school stage, $366,000 for a high school turf field, $3,000 for a storage container, $60,000 for a solicitor in the last year. We paid our solicitor almost $60,000 in the last year alone, almost $250,000 over the last 5 years. And in comparison to other Fayette County school districts, that's a lot more than other county school districts pay. Just look at the rate to know. I've looked at it, it's quite significant, the pay difference. We pay the solicitor from the time he leaves his Pittsburgh office to AG. I wonder why AG can't find someone who pays taxes in our area and actually knows the people of Outer Gallatin and Fayette County. Our solicitor gets paid more last year than at least 53 of our teachers, who make less than $45,000 a year, even though they've worked several years in the district. And that's a shame. I would think with a fund balance, and this is as the last meeting, if I heard this right, it was around $10 million. You could find some money for the AG teachers. As a taxpayer in this district, I would support that. AG always seems to find money for other things, but teachers appear to come last. Actions speak louder than words.
There's not a 10 million dollar. Fund balance?
As of June 30th, 2018, the fund balance was $1.8.
Thank you.
So wait, as of January in the last meeting, when you read this, you said over $10 million. You can watch the video. She said it, right? No, you didn't say it. Ms. Swaney said it.
I mean, $10 million in
You
a
said
fund
it. You
balance?
can pull up the
If
video.
we had $10 million in a fund balance, you all probably wouldn't be here.
What?
We haven't had $10 million.
I think we should have a contract, is what you're trying to
Yes,
say.
it would all be settled. When is the last time we had $10 million in a fund balance? It's been several
Well, you
years.
need to read your numbers right then.
Several years. Is there anyone else? for
I'm sorry.
public
I'll retract it. It was $4.5 million.
forum?
$4.5 million as of June of last year, as Ms. Sheep said.
Okay,
$4.5
so
million.
let's make it right. We haven't had $10 million in the fund balance for several years. Is that correct? And I never stated that. Thank you.
Mr. Shushko, I think we as a board do appreciate what all of you do. And I think we all know that the majority of you work very hard and you are very dedicated.
Actions speak louder than words.
Is there anyone else for public forum?
I just have a question about the fund balance and based on the documents that she gave us on Monday. So according to the document you gave Monday, I'll give you a minute. Did you have it out? Okay. So as of June 30th, 2018, the audited fund balance was $4,800,000 and some thousand, correct? And then just for clarification too, one of the large concerns that I have is that the 18-19 final budget revenues was $52 million to almost $300,000. Is that correct? And even though that was our budgeted revenues for the 18-19 year, what we actually have expended is 54 million, almost $400,000, correct? Correct. So we have spent $2 million more in this school year alone than what our revenues were from the school year.
And those are based on budgeted numbers as of right now, what's our final budget for the current year. So
Okay.
I'll be doing some projections for the end of the year, just to see how that actually pans out.
Okay, part of my concerns was last year at this time when we were going over the preliminary budget and talking about, whether we were going to increase taxes or not increase taxes. I actually pulled an article from the Herald Standard this time last year, and we talked about that if we weren't going to raise taxes, we needed to take a hard look and cut expenditures, and that's not happened. And I think that I'm still in the same position that I don't want to raise taxes, but we can't keep down the road we're going, or we're going to bankrupt the district. So that's.
I agree.
I would like to say something to the teachers. We did borrow $2.5 million to improve the school's booking and everything. And our solicitor, if I'm correct, we're not allowed to use any of that money for salaries. It all had to go for school improvement. Could you explain, sir?
That's correct, that's used for capital improvements.
Thank you.
To follow up on that too, the expenditures for the 18-19 school year on the paper that you gave us, does that include what we spent on the capital projects?
No, that's
Okay, thank you.
Is there anyone else for a public forum?
I want to make a comment. It brought to my attention by Mr. Pegg, glad you teachers are all sitting here. If anybody doesn't know me, I'm Paul Bell. I was accused of going around the schools. As a school board member, as voted in, I have the right to go around all the schools and walk and see what's going on. Talk to custodians, talk to the principals. It was brought to Mr. Pegg's attention by the head of your union that I was evaluating teachers. I have no right, nothing. I wouldn't know the first clue about evaluating teachers. My job as a voted school board member is to go out to schools, check out the schools, and see what we need and what's going on. That's the only reason why I'm there, and I want to set the record straight. Thank you.
Is there anyone else for public forum? Okay, moving on to secretarial, enter into executive session if needed.
Madam President, there is a need to enter into an executive session regarding personnel.
May I have a second? Second. All those in favor?
Make that motion.
Okay, motion made by Mr. Bullbank, second.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. If I could just clarify too, being that someone thought that we had a $10 million fund balance, more than likely, everything would have been settled. And that's what I meant by all of you who wouldn't have been here tonight, just to clarify that. Okay, moving on. B, an executive session was held on Monday, February 18th, 2019, from 6:13 p.m. to 7:13 p.m. for personnel and collective bargaining. C, an executive session was held on Monday, February 18th, 2019, from 8:15 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. for personnel. D, adopt agenda as presented, with the exception of number 8, items F and G having been eliminated.
Make that motion.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Financial. I'm sorry, E. Approved minutes of the following meeting held on January 16, 2019 as presented.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Financial. A, accept treasurer's report including tax collections for January 2019 and preliminary financial statements as presented.
So moved.
Second.
The general fund beginning balance for January is $10,932,142.26. Total receipts for $1,043,919.26. Total disbursements for $3,271,472.44. The ending balance was $8,704,589.08. Total taxes collected in January were $364,449.41. Total taxes collected July 1 through January 31st, $10,249,641.70. That completes the budget.
Thanks. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. B, grant permission to pay the following bills and payroll for February 2019. Bills, utilities, insurance, and contractual obligations paid at the end of the previous month in the amount of $2,992,358.13.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Current month general fund bills in the amount of $1,303,695.21.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. C, accept activity accounts report as presented by building principals.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. D, adopt preliminary budget proposal of the Albert Gallatin Area School District for fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2019 in the amount of $55,819,444 pursuant to special session Act 1 of 2006 as presented. The appropriate school district officers are directed to submit the preliminary budget proposal to the Pennsylvania Department of Education on or before February 25th, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed.
We need a roll call, please.
Mr. Colbank, yes. Mr. Mike Denham?
Yes.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Ms. Franks?
Yes.
Ms. Mosher?
Yes.
Mr. Paruski?
No.
Mrs. Krupa?
No.
Ms. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mr. Paul Dunham?
Yes.
7-2.
Motion carries. E, authorize application to be made to the Pennsylvania Department of Education requesting Act 1 referendum exception for cost incurred in providing special education programs and services to students with disabilities. The appropriate district officers are directed to apply for the exception on or before March 7, 2019, and to give public notice of the intent to seek the exception by newspaper publication on or before February 28, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion. Roll call, please.
Mr. Paul Dunham?
Yes.
Mr. Paruski?
No.
Mr. Howard?
Yes.
Ms. Sweeney?
Yes.
Ms. Mosher?
Yes.
Mr. Mike Denham?
Yes.
Ms. Krupa?
No.
Ms. Franks?
Yes.
Mr. Colbank, yes. 7-2.
Motion carries. F.
Madam President, may I speak?
Yes.
Okay. I voted no for items D and E because we were supposed to have a financial meeting this month. And we were unable to have that meeting due to some other circumstances. And I didn't feel comfortable voting for those motions without having more knowledge in front of me. Thank you.
F. Renew crime insurance policy at a cost of $1,198 from Caputo Insurance Agency.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. G, grant permission to approve the intermediate Unit 1 General Operational 2019-2020 budget in the amount of $549,522, with Albert Gallatin's share in the amount of $24,246.78, which is a $169.60 decrease from last year.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. E, Mr. Price, am I able to do this next one blanket approval?
Yes, and if anybody wants to vote no for any particular item, they can do so.
Grant permission to pay the following capital project bills. Pittsburgh Stage Incorporated, $19,572. AG High School Auditorium Stage Curtains, Rigging, and Track. Toscano Mare Roofing, $30,375. AG High School Retainage. Toscano Mare Roofing, $87,300. AG High School Retainage. Total, $137,247. A motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Grant permission to pay the spring 2019 sport bids. Century Sports, $5,969.45. Masontown Trophy, $375. Total, $6,344.45.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Correspondence?
Yes, I would like to congratulate Mr. Freener and the high school boys basketball team for making the playoffs for the second straight season. Congratulations to the boys and Mr. Freener. I'd also like to let everyone know that the state mandated Safe to Say Something has been in operation for a little over a month. We have fielded numerous calls and received from the Safe to Say Center. We did train all students, grades 6 through 12, as well as faculty and staff. And Mr. Hutchinson and Chief Malecki and I plan on having a training for parents and members of the community at the high school at a date to be determined. And we will advertise that on our district website, as well as maybe putting something in the paper to invite the public in to the Safe to Say training, so you all know what it is that we're dealing with and what your students were trained on. I'd also like to once again Project Lead the Way grant, $160,000. Both middle schools and all elementaries will be part of that grant. Mr. Hutchinson and Mrs. Bezak are working together to roll that out to the schools and start that curriculum. We've also received a food service equipment grant, thank you to Troy Golden, in the amount of roughly a little more than $119,000 to put into kitchen equipment at Smithfield, Friendship Hill Elementaries, Albert Gallatin North, and Albert Gallatin South Elementaries. And that's all I have to report.
Thank you. Solicitor's report?
No report, Madam President.
Moving on to curriculum and instruction, superintendent's report.
No further report.
Approve first reading of revised child abuse policy 806.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approve the resolution supporting cyber charter school amendments proposed by House Bill 526 and Senate Bill 34.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approve and adopt the revised 2018-2019 school calendar with May 31st, 2019 as last day for students and graduation.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Madam President, if I may, we have decided to use as a makeup day this past Monday, President's Day, and we will be using the Thursday before Easter, the Tuesday after Easter for school snow makeup days as well. So Easter vacation at this point is still Good Friday, Easter Monday, and that is not likely to change. If we have any other cancellations, we'll probably add those to the end of the school year.
Thank you. Personnel. A, accept the resignation of Angela Becker, long-term chemistry instructor, effective February 8th, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. B, accept the resignation of Megan Macy, long-term math instructor, effective February 15th, 2019.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. C, grant Paul Thomas maintenance an extension of his leave of absence to return to work tentatively on March 25th, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. D, grant permission to hire Dawn Miller, volunteer assistant high school baseball coach, pending receipt of all proper documents.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. E, grant permission to hire Drew Dindle, high school spring conditioning coach for the 2019 season.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. H, grant permission to hire Jennifer Schroka, AG Middle School head softball coach for the 2019 season.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I, grant permission to hire Art Metz, AG Middle School volunteer softball coach for the 2019 season, pending receipt of all proper documents.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Grant permission to eliminate the following cafeteria positions. High school 4 hours, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., and high school 7 hours, 6:30 to 1:30 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. K, grant permission to create the following cafeteria positions. High school 4 hours, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. High school 7 hours, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. L, grant permission to hire Jeremy Kiefer, high school head track coach for the 2019 season.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motion- Roll call, please.
Mr. Mike Denham? No. Ms. Mosher?
Yes.
Ms. Sweeney?
Yes.
Mr. Howard? Yes. Mr. Periski?
Yes.
Mr. Paul Denham?
Yes.
Mr. Cobain, yes. Ms. Franks?
Yes.
Ms. Krupa?
Yes.
Motion passes. M, grant permission to hire Rick Kurtzer, high school volunteer softball coach for 2019 season, pending receipt of all proper documents.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. N, grant Jennifer Redmond, high school instructor, an FMLA leave of absence, retroactive to December 14th, 2018.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Administrative. A, grant permission to add the following to substitute list pending receipt of all proper documents. Professional, Christina Dennis, Stephanie Smearcheck, Amanda Kinner. Non-professional, John Hoover, custodian, Madeline Myers, cafeteria.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. B, grant use of AG High School Auditorium June 5th and June 6th, 2019, from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for rehearsal, and Sunday, June 9th, 2019, for piano recital. Contact will be CJ Durso and Sandy Love.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. C, grant use of AG High School cafeteria to AG Education Foundation on March 30th, 2019, from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. for a character breakfast in conjunction with the district musical, and the contact person being Judy Plazinska.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. D, grant permission to use Smithville Elementary cafeteria for spaghetti dinner for Cindy Leach on March 3rd, 2019, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Contact person Renee Rosie.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. E, grant permission to AG High School Junior ROTC to use the AG High School football field, track area, concession stand, field house, and press box on April 20th, 2019, from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. for a Junior ROTC service learning project. 5K run walk, bunny hop, and a half-mile run fun. The contact person being Barbara Clark.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. F, grant final approval to the AG High School Band Drama and Choral Department for overnight trip to New York City from April 12th through the 14th, 2019, at no cost to the district. CJ Durso, Band Director. Megan Sorello, Choral Director. Toby Macon, Drama Director.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And let me just say, their proposal, if all of you read that in our packet, it was very thorough, and it was probably one of the better ones that we would see. So I applaud you for doing that. G, grant permission for the school district to enter into an agreement with the Smithfield Youth League for use of its ball fields for the 2019 spring and summer baseball season for $2,000 and the 2019 fall baseball season for $500, subject to approval by solicitor as to form.
So moved.
Second.
May I add something before you vote? My understanding is that the youth baseball, the Smithfield Youth League will take care of grass cutting and weeds in the infield, and the school district will be responsible for lining the field at their own expense and picking up litter after an event.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a motion? Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. H, grant permission for the school district to enter into agreement with the Appalachian Community Center for use of its ball fields for the 2019 spring and summer ninth grade baseball season for $1,000, subject to approval by solicitor as before.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I, grant approval for AG North Middle School student Abigail Barnes and parent chaperone to attend the math counts competition at Sheraton, Harrisburg on March 15th and 16th, 2019, at a cost not to exceed $500.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. J, approve Andy Nuzolowski as a day-to-day substitute controller at a rate of $250 per day as an as-needed basis.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Adjournment. The next regular meeting will be held on March 20th, 2019 at the First Lane School Cafeteria. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?